Now, the first category of filicide that we're going to talk about is called altruistic. It's when the parent decides the child is better off dead. A good example of this would be Matthew Coleman out of California. Back in 2021, Matthew decided that his children had serpent DNA in them. So he took both of his daughters to Mexico. He murdered both of them and returned home. Matthew's trial is still ongoing. The next category of filicide we're going to talk about is called psychotic filicide, and it is exactly what it sounds like. The parent kills a child during a psychotic break or during hallucinations. A good example of this would be Andrea Yates, the woman who drowned her 5 children in the bathtub in 2001. Andrea Yates was later found to be suffering from postpartum depression, and she was in the throes of a psychotic break when she killed her children. The next category we're going to talk about in filicide is called the unwanted child filicide, and it, again, is exactly how it sounds. The parent decides that they no longer want the child for whatever reason. A good example of this case would be Susan Smith in 1994. Now, Susan had 2 sons. She strapped them both into the back of the car, gave them ice cream, and then pushed the car into a lake. She left her 2 sons to drown. Susan had met another man, and she decided she no longer wanted to be a mother. Susan is currently sitting in prison. The fourth and final category of filicide that we're going to talk about is spouse revenge filicide. And again, it sounds exactly like what it is. It's when a parent kills a child to keep the other parent from gaining access to them. Now, a really good example of this is a very recent case. It just happened in January of 2026 in Wyoming. Madeline Daly, 35 years old. Now, Madeline had just lost a custody dispute. So Madeline took her son from Wyoming and fled to New Mexico, where law enforcement officials found them in an RV.